Alright, so this may be a bit unorthodox, but I think it'll work. Hold on. Glued to the phone, who do you know? Don't know what to do you check will it woo? But you gotta get focused, ignore the jitter. One chain TA, plan B, Twitter. Price nice, not nice, I don't know. My eyes glow, looking at the stock to flow. Hodl, go full throttle. Find my will on a paper and a bottle. I scribble this riddle with as little as 12 words. What's the price? What's your self-worth? Dogecoin maybe, Bitcoin yes. Now my friend, it's time for the test. But even over time it would not be a failure. Remember the words of Michael Saylor. Listen, Bitcoin is a bank in cyberspace. Monetary energy, core of the earth. Doubles every year. Listen to my words. Selling doesn't hurt. Selling is absurd. It's like cutting off your wings, but you wanna be a bird.
All right. Welcome back, guys. Just going to do a quick video here. I'm not going to make anything too fancy. I was going to have a drive time video today, but unfortunately had a bit of an emergency come up, so I didn't really go on a drive. And so this is why a lot of things actually kind of out of plan at the moment. But doesn't matter, everything's back to normal. So let me try and quickly make this video to show you a few things I wanted to show. I mentioned it on a video, on a group recently, and I promised that I will show you a few things. So quickly, just let's move through the market and see what's going on, right? So we're looking at the Bitcoin logarithmic, and you can see the logarithmic is bouncing off the 618 level, which is actually very good. So well, kind of good, not that great. I would love for it to stay as low as possible if we want to see money in the alts, right? We're looking at the investor tool. Currently we're in a very good zone, so this I'm more happy. So investor tool, I'm actually a lot more happy than looking at the logarithmic, right? Because we don't really want our logarithmic to go up on the upper bands, because that's when the market goes down. You've already seen this. Let me just show you. So also you can see the stock to flow is also trying to move in, and I'll show you a little bit more of all of this on my own charts, right? So the heat map, as you can see, we're still keeping it solid. We haven't printed another one. We got to see what it prints. As long as we stay below, we should be okay. So that's what I'm looking at now. Let's go straight into the market cap and see what the market cap is saying. We can see we've got a 2.4 trillion market cap, which I did predict some time ago, actually, when I did my total market cap video I did, right? And I put a line and I said we're going to hit that 2.4 trillion and we're going to get there. BTC is slightly down, but that doesn't make any difference. As long as BTC stays between the 50 and the 65, we should be safe, okay? That gives enough room for all of these coins to grow, and as you can see, each one of them have been pumping hard. Not sure about this one, but everything else is doing hard. And I want to get to this because I did mention I was going to talk about Cardano. So before we go into Cardano and some of the altcoins, I am going to mention one or two altcoins here. What I want to do is quickly show you BTC. So what we're looking at BTC. So this is a BTC I did on a longer time, and you know, we are kind of facing some resistance and some supports, right? So let me quickly see if I can move this, right? So this is where we were. So I'm just trying to move this so we can see the numbers, right? So this is where we were. As you can see, we're trying to enter that golden pocket. The golden pocket is actually between, if you look carefully, 58,095 and 58,666, right? So that's become the thing. We've tried multiple times, tried to enter the golden zone. If we do enter the golden zone, we're definitely shooting back up to this 64,900, and then 75 is just around the corner. And if you look carefully on the trend line, the 75 is actually bang on the dot for that trend line. So we are expecting it, just a matter of when, but right now we don't want it, right? So this is what you should understand. Which one is this? This is the so this is my logarithmic. Obviously this one's pointing, this one's giving a theoretical number where we should be, and I don't think we should focus, because this particular box that you see here is actually the same box that you see here. So I've just zoomed in a little bit more to show you, and this is on a daily to show you where we are. And currently, yeah, things are heating up, but as long as we stay below these lines, we should be fine. Now let's move over to another one. So I wanted to show you quickly where we're facing all our problems at this present moment. So if you look carefully, you can see there's a purple line here. This is a resistance line, and this is exactly where we're facing resistance, as you can see on this chart here. Right, the Fibonacci is actually the same level here, that 58,000. So this, as you probably know from a previous video, this number was drawn. So we're definitely facing resistance around the golden pocket area, and you can see this here. This is where the resistance is. After that, we're going to have the next resistance. If we do break above, we're going to have it at 61,000, and then obviously our previous all-time high. This is where the next resistance is. If we do fall below by whatever reason, then we have a nice little support sitting at the 50,000, as you can see, and then one more below that. But this is on a daily chart, so don't worry too much about it. Let's move over to Ethereum. Now, Ethereum, as you can see, we've still got our same targets from where we were. We're still looking at the 4,200. Today, Ethereum did try to peak and try the 3,600. Actually did it, I believe. Yeah, it did 3,610, but that wasn't the target. The target is 3,792. So if we go there, we got rejected. That's fine. We've got a couple of more days. Maybe tomorrow we'll give that a try. Once we try all of this, 1618 is the level. This is when we might see another candle like this when we hit this level. But before that, it's just going to be a little rocky ride. After that, obviously, we've got other targets I have shown you before. But what I want to show you something else, actually. So this is something a lot of people are kind of not understanding. So let's get rid of this for a second. We don't need any of this. We're going to get rid of this. By the way, I'm not going to save the chart, so you will see these lines come up in the thing. So I've got my autosave switched off. What we don't want is any of this details. We just want to go on a weekly so I can show you a bigger picture of what's going on. So this is what you've got. This is 2018, the peak when we hit the market top, and then we had a dump. We came down here. We had a double bottom. So this was the double bottom, and this was in March 20. This is where we had the double bottom. From that point onwards, we went parabolic, and we've actually now beaten all of these things. But what you're looking at is, if you look carefully here, this is a US dollar chart. So on the US dollar chart, everybody's getting excited because we beat the all-time high, and we beat that some time ago, right? So everyone's excited. Oh, look, we beat the all-time high. Now we're creating new all-time high every day, you know, or this is a weekly. Every week candle is all-time high. Well, let me break your bubble a little bit. We're not excited. I'll tell you why we're not excited. I'll show you this on the next chart. So what you see here is Ethereum. And let me switch some of this off, right? Let me switch some of this off. What we're seeing here is Ethereum versus Bitcoin. And if you look carefully, this was the all-time high, all right? And we're nowhere near that, right? This is another resistance level. We're nowhere near that, right? And let's find another one. So this current zone here, we have beaten. So this zone here, we have beaten, which is fine. And currently, look where we're facing resistance. What a coincidence, right? So this is where we're facing resistance. So what we need to do is definitely get back above this line, and I'll change the color for this line just to show you what I mean. We need to get above this line, and for us to actually create a brand new all-time high, we actually need to get above this green line. That gives us more BTC, right? So this is when we know we hit the 12% of a Bitcoin. So we only need 8 Ethereum to buy 1 Bitcoin. That's what I'm trying to explain here. This is what you have to understand. So same story, and this video is dedicated to Cardano. I did mention to a brother that I'm going to talk about Cardano in this one. So just to reiterate what you're seeing, so this is what you see on the dollar. It's up. The same coin in BTC is actually down. It's not up. So imagine what happens when this goes back to this line. You get a lot more BTC for your money. Same thing I want to show you, but I want to show you it slightly different here. So everyone knows this chart. We originally did this chart ourselves on Cardano, right? And when we did it at that time, the price, let me just check. The price, we did it on the 20th of February. This chart was drawn on the 20th of February, was it? No, sorry, yeah, 27th of February. 27th of February, we draw this chart and we put ourselves a target. If you go back to the video, you might see. And we said, this is the target that we have. And look, no one's making this up. Exactly on the dot. The video is there. Go and have a look. Go and have a look. Exactly on this line. All right. This was where we said this is how high it could go from this dump, and we dumped down and this and that. And I said this is the target, and bang on, we hit that target and we got rejected. I'm not even making this up, right? So, but that's not it. right? Because our target, actual target, Fibonacci target is here, 1618, which is the $2.35. Is Cardano going to do that? Possibly, right? Is it going to happen very soon? Possibly. But let's zoom out and show you something else, right? Because this is what a lot of people are not telling you, and you guys are definitely getting confused. Look where we are. We just beat the previous all-time high on Cardano, right? And the previous all-time high was back in 2018, January the 2nd. And we just beat that in dollar value. Now, let me mix it up a little bit. So take a screenshot of this picture if you want, because you're about to see some crazy stuff. This is Cardano versus BTC. Well, guess what? This is the all-time high. We are nowhere near where we need to be. We are nowhere near where we need to be, right? We've got a lot of barriers to cross over, right? And if you look carefully, look where we are facing rejection right now. Boom. If you realize carefully, look, we peaked above, faced rejection. Come back here, face rejection. And this is actually this particular zone here. So when we go here, we have some more confidence, then we shoot all the way up there. Now, what you're looking at is the BTC versus, Cardano versus BTC value here. But let me twist it up a little bit more. So we always talk about Bitcoin, and that's what I'm interested. But then a lot of people actually kind of miss this as well sometimes. And this is Cardano versus Ethereum. Well, look at this, totally different chart. This is the high. This is the all-time high. We need to beat that. And let me change the color a little bit. Right, and then we got another one here. So these are all resistance. I'm just pointing towards you. Every single one of them is actually a resistance. And look where we just broke above recently, and look where we are now, right? So we are currently on a support line, and you know, this is just, it just becomes a joke when you look at it like on a bigger time frame. So if you look at it from 2018 to now, look where we're facing support, exactly where we faced resistance back in 2019. This was all resistance area. This has now become support. So this is where we are today, right, with Ethereum. So if Cardano flips back up and goes up to here, well, check this out. If you bought it with Ethereum, well, this makes it go crazy. You just made 100% more from here to here. Just from this rebound, you make 100% more Ethereum. Does that make any sense to you, right? If we go back to BTC and we go say, right, okay, well, we're currently here. We want to go all the way up to here. Well, guess what? You just made 43%. And if we go back to all-time high, guess what? 192%. So if you put one BTC here, you bought Cardano with one BTC, or whatever, you probably bought it down here, but point is you bought it with one BTC. Well, right now you got yourself up to here, you're going to get 3 BTC. Does that make any sense to you? So this is what's happening. A lot of people don't understand this, like how certain things work. So obviously already, if you look carefully, so I'm going to show you a funny thing here. This is the bottom. From here to here, right? Look, 900%. BTC already done. We've already made 900%. So if you bought one BTC worth here, you've already got 9 BTC more here. This is what I was trying to show you on another video as well, tell you as well, explain to you as well. So looking at the USD, of course, whoa, we're all excited. We hit the all-time high, but actually we didn't. See, so realistically we didn't, right? Ethereum, we didn't, right? Show you the same story on DOT as well. Watch this, DOT. Look at this. We've been smashing records, right? So here we are, DOT, right? This is 2020. Boom, you know, all the way going up, parabolic US dollar. Well, actually, check this out. Bam. On BTC, we did manage it, which is good. So we had the nice curve. And on BTC, we're definitely up. And let's have a look at Ethereum. Oops. Actually, we're down. So how is that possible? You got DOT here, BTC doing an all-time high, right? You've got DOT and dollar doing all-time high, but DOT on Ethereum not doing all-time high. So now imagine if DOT decides to flip from this particular location. It doesn't matter what price, you probably bought it with your dollar or pound or whatever, but if this decides to go and flip over and come back to, just for the sake of it, I'll just put it down here, 144% if we come back to the high here, right? So all we're doing is basically saying, okay, this is the top, this is where we want to go, what's the measurement here, and this is going to be the measurement, right? From here, if we bought it on this particular candle and we just climb up to here, we're going to make 100% more. So just imagine this, you bought £100 worth of DOT when it was back down here, say, what was it, 10 pence or something, what was it? Oh, sorry, 0.012 Ethereum at that time, right? So let's have a look at what that, what the date was, right? Let's have a look. So we're looking at 28th April, right? Let's go for 28th April. dot 28th April. Sadly, you won't be able to see it. 28 April. Okay, so it was $31, right? $31. And we go back to Ethereum and we say, all right, we were at $31 down here. You spent, and when you bought, say, 10 for $300. Well, from here to here, all right, if you put $300 worth of Ethereum, which is 10% off on Ethereum, you get 10% more. Does that make any sense to you? So now you have 20% total Ethereum than you had before. So this is a certain mathematics that a lot of people need to understand, and this is why I'm showing you all of these, right? I'm showing you how Ethereum dollar is one thing, but Ethereum BTC is a complete different thing. Cardano dollar is one thing, Cardano BTC is a different thing, Cardano Ethereum is a different thing, dot dollar is one thing, dot BTC is another thing, dot Ethereum is another thing. Take screenshots if you want, pause the video and take it. Let's have a look at BNB. BNB dollar, look at this beauty. BNB dollar launch, pumps. We got all the way to 2018, right? And then we dump, and that was it. That was the highest dump we had. After that, the next dump we had was back in 2018 November. Dump again. Where were we? $3, $3.50. Look where we are, dollar value. But let's get to reality. This is BTC value. Nothing. Up. BTC value worth a lot more. But let's look at Ethereum. This is Ethereum, very nice as well. Up until then we had the dump here in January 21, and then back up again. So we're genuinely creating higher highs, right? Even higher lows with Ethereum. So BTC or Ethereum on the BNB. So this is what I want to show you. Now as a bonus, I just want to throw you TLM. I know a lot of people have been asking TLM, right? Look how new this coin is, 2013. This is where the candle is. And this candle has some magical power to it, right? And I don't want to talk about the candle itself. There's a lot more going on. When this candle, this is a daily candle, this candle closes today at 1 a.m. UK time, it will close. The next candle is crucial because from that point onwards, the TLM farming on Binance, where it launched, right? So it launched in Binance, stops. So all the dumping that you've seen stops. Once the dumping is stopped, then what we're looking at is basically, even if we do have a candle close around here, we're literally going at least we're going to this, which is at 239%. If not, we're going higher. Ultimately, the target is obviously here where we want to go to, but obviously we want to be realistic. We want to stay on the ground. We're not going to the moon yet. And what we're looking at, we're saying, okay, let's go one target at a time. We're looking at this fib target. Then we're going to look at this fib target. We're going to look at this fib target, and XYZ. But right now, this is our target, 248% from this particular price here, which is $63. If this is the case, then we're looking at a $2 up to for the first pump. That's what we're looking at. Now, again, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't go and buy coins if you haven't already bought it. Never FOMO into stuff. If you haven't already got it, you shouldn't be buying it and FOMOing in because you might lose money. However, on some occasions, you might be making 10 times more, but that's up to you. So this is not financial advice. This is just pure education and entertainment. Now I want to quickly finish off with bakery. I actually found this chart, which is a beautiful, beautiful chart. So I didn't save it, and I actually had this chart. Remember when we first talked about bakery, and I talked about bakery and I showed everybody where bakery was? Well, guess what that date was? 1st of March. I talked about bakery on the 1st of March, and I drew this fib on the 1st of March, and I said the target we will be going to is $2. By the 13th of April, we hit that level, and then we had a dump, decent dump. The dump came back into the golden pocket zone, buying zone. As you can see, it was supported here perfectly well. Came back to $1. Most people didn't believe. Most people kind of sold here while I was still waiting for this. So I was still waiting for this, but actually I'm waiting for something else as well. Currently, bakery doesn't have a BTC pair. It has BUSD, it has USDT recently, and it has BNB. I don't want either one of those. I want BTC, and I've mentioned that. So on that particular day, I realized the candle closed beautiful. So I was like, okay, we're on target. Following candle opened and it just shot up. I was like, okay, so need to create new highs, new targets. I didn't create any targets or do anything. I just left it. And then recently I put a fib. I said, right, okay, let me put a fib on this and see what's going on. And this is a funny one, right? I actually put a fib, as you can see, originally the candle was here. I actually put a fib on this candle, on one single candle. You can see this here. This was one single candle. Now, obviously I need to adjust this, bring it down here, and I'll do it right now, and let's see what this shows us, right? This was one single candle. So I took it from the wick to the body, and it's showing us a $9.69. Just this one single wick, right? And there was a big reason why I did the wick, because the wick at that time looked very bullish to me. Looked like a what was it? It came up to here. I forgot I think it was a hammer. It just looked like one of those, like, you know. And I thought, okay, I've got to do this and see what happens. So now that we're here, let's do another little mini cycle. So let's go up to this area here, and you can see it's flashing $11. So does this have potential? It does. Where is it right now? Well, guess what? It's doing the same thing it did when we did this chart on, as you can see, the 1st of March. When we did the 1st of March, we targeted here, and currently it's actually showing us that we are about to re-enter our golden pocket. And when we do re-enter our golden pocket, we are going to shoot up to there. So it's creating its waves and everything. Now, this is where, you know, a lot of guys have to come in and understand how you see things. You can value it in dollar, which is fine. All right. Like I showed you on Ethereum. Of course, everyone's making money on dollars. No problem. But actually, we're not making enough BTC. And that's what we want to do. We want to make more BTC. We want to be able to get to a level where currently I think it's approximately, if I'm correct, it's about 13 or 14 Ethereum to buy one Bitcoin. We want to get to this level where we only need 7 or 8 Ethereum to buy one Bitcoin. So, you know, we can cash out half of our Ethereum. Say, for example, someone has 20 Ethereum right now. They can buy one Bitcoin with it, or they can sit back and wait for this to come to around 12%. Then you need 8 Bitcoins. So you can cash out, say, 45% of your total Ethereum holding, put it into one Bitcoin. And then when Bitcoin decides to move and do these kind of moves, right, these kind of crazy moves, you're basically making more money, right? So hope that kind of makes sense. You know, look at these in 3 different price points to understand. So look at it and at your dollar and see, is that enough? Like somebody was like, today was like, oh, we're going to hit the target, shall I sell? I was like, no, because I'm showing you this. Well, guess what the target is here? And what do you think is going to be happen when we go to this level? If we have, and I'll show you this, right? So let me show you this really funny thing. This is what you have to understand. If we go from here to here, we have a 48%, right? Fine. Let's go back to the dollar. And now let's also do a dollar 48% from here to here. Let's have a look. Come on, close enough. 48%, right? If we did a 48% here, well, guess what? It's $2.66. Not far off from the top target. Not far off from the top target. So this is where we need to be, and this is where, coincidentally, you just did it in front of you, this target is. Right, let's go and say, right, we want to do something else now. We're going to go and find another target. So we take this and we say, let's come up to this line here. That's 199. Just call it 200% for now, right? 200% for now. Let's go 200% for now, right? So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to take this and we're going to measure 200% from here. 200% from here. And 200%, right? Just about close enough, 200%. Well, guess what? It's a $5 coin. You see, your dollars are worth more just because what's going to happen here. But when you look at how many more BTC you're getting, well, you're getting a hell of a lot more. And let's do the same thing on Ethereum, right? And we say, right, this is us on Ethereum. What happens when Ethereum goes up 200% from here, right? Because that's what's going to happen, right? We're going to have a 200% move, right? So let's go up here. But check this out. Ethereum on a 200% doesn't even reach its target. So there's a lot more room left. You know, looking at this, and remember Cardano is an Ethereum competitor. So looking at this, that means, right, we're looking at a 345% move if we do go back to the top. So my bet, if I was going to bet, I'm not going to bother with the dollar, obviously not. BTC, I could make 200%, or I'll go on Ethereum, and with Ethereum, I'll make 300%. Well, guess what? Do you do the maths? Which is better? Me being on BTC or me being on Ethereum? And remember, Ethereum and BTC, both of them, number 1, number 2, right? They're both kings. They're both giants. This is what you have to understand. And let me just show you another one here. BNB. What was it? Yeah, Cardano. ADA BNB. Let's do ADA BNB, right? So this is another giant that's come up. Let me switch this off. Give me a second. Right, this is another giant. So BNB right now is the the third largest coin, which means it is technically a king in the market. And if you look at that, and if we say we do a 200% here from this line to the top, well, guess what? Oh my days, now this is freaky. I'm better off. So I can do BTC 200, all right, as you saw. So this is $5 or $6. Let's go $10. Forget that, $10 here. We'll just call it random imaginary number, $10. Or I can do 200% here, which will give me this many satoshis. Or I can do 350% here, which will give me this much Ethereum per coin, by the way. Or I can do BNB, right? And I could get myself 0.2 BNB. So with BNB, I'll get a 924% increase. So this is what I'm trying to make you guys understand. Right now, the alts are going to give you the biggest gains in your top cryptocurrency. Stick to number one, number two, number three. You can't go wrong. I've been advising a lot of people who want to come in now. And obviously, it's not too late. It's never too late for BTC if you want to go in. But what I have been telling people, and no financial advice, put £5, £10, £20, £100, whatever you can afford as a saving and forget about it. Stop stressing, just put it in there and forget about it. Think about it like you're playing a lottery, or guess what? Maybe, you drink coffee, well, 2 cups of coffee, or maybe whatever, you like expensive coffee, 1 cup of coffee. If you can put a cup of coffee's money aside a week, that's all you have to do. A cup of coffee a week, right? Trust me, you will not regret it. Over time, it will be always worth 10x more, if not even more, right? So this is what I just wanted to kind of explain to you guys and see what's happening with the market and where you need to, what kind of numbers you need to be looking at. So it depends where you're interested. So Cardano, we specifically spoke about Cardano in this one. You can take your dollar, make your profit in dollar, or if you're like me, you might be interested in BTC. But because Ethereum is also up and coming, well, I'm more interested in Ethereum. But then number 3 coin doesn't fail me either. I'm looking at it, I'm like, actually, this has more potential. Maybe Ethereum's gone to 3.5. It's only got another 50% to go, 50x to go. Fine. So I can double my money on that one. Great. Or I can be on BTC and I can do 200%. So I can, have 2 more BTC for 1 BTC. Well, that's not a bad idea either. Or I can do this. One Binance, $600 gives me $6,000, right? Because it's going to go 900x. So there's a lot of maths you have to understand. I mean, whichever way you look at it, right? But I know, look, I'm probably kind of mumbling, right? But the point, I'm trying to make it clear to you without actually talking too much, because there's a lot of things we can't say. But there is some interesting stuff going on, and you really need to see the numbers, and you need to start seeing them in BTC and do the comparison and say, did we hit the all-time high? Because in my opinion, we haven't hit the all-time high, right? Ethereum, has it hit the all-time high? Well, actually, it hasn't hit the all-time high because Ethereum competes with BTC, nothing else, right? Just to kind of show you, when you look at cryptocurrency, obviously the first thing you're always brainwashed with is these dollar values. That's what you're seeing. Well, actually, there's got nothing to do with dollar. Not a single currency will show you valued in Ethereum or anything. They're all valued in BTC. They all want your BTC. So when we're looking at this number, if this can go from 6 to 12, that tells you how many more how many more Ethereum you need to buy this. This one currently at 0.01. When this flips over down here, we know how many more we need to buy 1 BTC. These are what you need to be looking at. These are very important to look at, right? Everything else is just mumbo jumbo. I mean, even this crappy coin, as you can see, it's never going to get there, but that's not the point. They're just pumping it. They want your BTC. Anybody who's pumping this, remember, whales want your BTC. This one, right, the founders want your BTC, right? This one, all right, heavy manipulation. Of course, it's going up, you're making money, great, right? If you made your money, take your initial out. Manipulation, right? This one is okay, it's not bad, but I'm not sure. I need to see a lot more work and team on this. Uniswap just announced they launched the version 3, so which is quite good. So Uni version 3 is active. But I didn't like the fact that they kept version 2 as well. I think it's kind of a mess. They should really just have one. But that's just my opinion. But then again, I'm still very bullish on Uniswap. Its time is coming. This one, oh my days. Okay, this one's a whole different story. Have no idea what's going on here. No idea. I think what it is a lot of retail are coming in and buying ETC because it's a cheaper version of Ethereum, thinking this is also Ethereum. It is Ethereum, by the way. But I think that's what's going on. There's a massive retail pump, if not whale pump manipulation going on. Not sure, but this is an abandoned coin. Right, there's no use case, there's nothing for it, it's an abandoned coin. So I mean, if it survives, if it goes there, well, good luck to it, right? I'm not going to say anything, right? Because if you look at this, it's just mental, right? The prices, it's just hitting, you know, this is the all-time high and this is the price at the moment. It just doesn't make any sense. This is the price and this is the all-time high. It's breaking its all-time high. What the hell's going on? It's doing it every day. And look at this pump. This is look at this. This is a year-to-date pump, right? It's just mental. Nobody expected this, and this was only about $3 or $4 or £4 or something just recently. So yeah, a lot is going on here. It's one. I mean, I wouldn't mind holding it just for the pump, but I didn't, so I'm out already. Yeah, other than that, listen, the market right now, as you can see, is pretty green. It's all good. Everything is looking happy. We need BTC to stay where it is before it does its final move, because when BTC does do its final move, and I'll show you here, when BTC does do its final move, everything else will dump, and you know, we are gonna, as long as we break this resistance, we're looking at 70k, we're looking at 75, 85k here, and then we're shooting for the moon. And this number, remember, this is on a daily. This changes over time, right? So if we can carry on for a few more months, right, a good few more months, right, you know, go to, say for example, we can take it up to December, right? So let's have a look at December. Then we're looking at least around the region of 145. Even the stock to flow model basically says that we should be around there, but on the upper band we're looking at $220,000. So yeah, we're looking at that. And there's another thing I actually recently told someone, I forgot what it was, I can't remember where it was. I did something and we looked at it, and it actually indicated the bull run could, don't hold me to it, it's telling us the bull run could actually last all the way up to February next year. If it says February, I'll be like more like January. So looking at everything signaling that end of this year, bull run may be over, if we are starting a new one, and this will be a new parabolic move. That's what I wanted to show you where we are. So this particular increase, when we had this candle, this is the same here. You can see the ride, the move we had, the power we had. I think this is what we're forming here, and we are going to have this power move very soon. And whatever you've seen from here to here is nothing compared to what's about to come. So just keep your minds open. Don't FOMO, especially, and don't FUD. There'll be loads of crazy stuff going on right now because everybody wants your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, and your Binance, funnily. And if there will be some others who want your Polkadot and your Cardano as well. So just stay safe, be careful, keep the noise out. Other than that, I'm out. I'll catch you on another one. Like, share, and subscribe with one another if you find value. Should have been doing that already, but I'll see you on another video very soon. Adios, amigos.